Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Now, as temperatures soar across the country, this tag-init causes cases of hypertension rather, or high blood pressure are becoming a growing concern. Now, extreme heat can trigger serious complications for those with this silent yet dangerous condition, especially for outdoor workers and commuters. Now, to help us understand the risks and how to stay safe, we're joined via Zoom by Dr. Glenn Sayat. Magandang umaga, Doc Glenn, and welcome to It's a Beautiful Day.
Good morning po, Sir Paolo.
All right, Doc, let's get right into it. When we talk about hypertension, it feels like a relatively common problem dito sa Pilipinas. Ano yung mga common causes nito? And of course, why are people always concerned kapag sinasabi natin na hypertensive sila?
Okay, yung hypertension po, it is usually triggered by both genetics and of course our lifestyle, no? Sa ating mga Filipinos, no, it is primarily driven by our lifestyle, no, yung diet na mataas sa asin, no, pagkain ng mga processed meats, no, saka fast food, tapos yung sedentary lifestyles, no, kung kulang sa physical activity, tapos yung iba meron pang mga bisyo, no, smoking, excessive alcohol intake, no. So kung merong sa lahi, no, ng nasa genetics yung hypertension, of course mas mas lumalabas talaga siya pag yung lifestyle mo talagang hindi maganda.
Doc, lately, yung mga heat index po natin, grabe talaga. Extreme heat situations in various provinces and various cities na talagang marami nagsasabi that really affect yung bodies natin from a physiological aspect. For those who are hypertensive or mga classified na hypertensive, normally, what does this problem exacerbate sa mga symptoms nila?
Actually, yung high heat temperature, initially, magdadilate yung mga blood vessels natin. So, bababa yung blood pressure. Pero kung prolonged na yung heat exposure, dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, doon na nagkakameron ng paradoxical spike in the blood pressure. No? So, bumibilis yung heart rate, tapos na-strain yung cardiovascular system. So, for hypertensive patients, no, doon nagkakameron ng mga heat exhaustion, hypertensive crisis. So, yung body's response to heat, no, yun yung nag-a-amplify ng cardiovascular risk.
Unfortunately, as a fact of life na a lot of Filipinos work outdoors or commute having to go outdoors in the sweltering hot conditions. Nakita natin kahit dito sa Metro Manila na yung transport situation from one place to another, especially when you're chasing certain deadlines or certain times to get to work, talagang relatively very stressful when it comes to that. Normally, ano yung advice mo to people who cannot avoid yung mga high temperature situations, high stress environments when it comes to commuting to work or actually working outdoors?
Yes, Sir Paulo, totoo yan, no? Yung mga outdoor workers, saka yung mga commuters, no? Long distance commuters, no? They are exposed to continuous heat exposure. Tapos, so, mas increase yung fluid loss nila, no? So yung dapat nilang gawin, magkameron sila ng proper hydration, tsaka magpahinga, magpalamig kung talagang sobrang mainit pa, no? So yun, dapat lagi talagang may baon na water, no? Magdala sila palagi, at saka kung talagang mainit na mainit, yun, magpa-aircon muna sila. Magpahinga sila dun sa malamig na lugar muna.
O, pasok kayo sa mall, diba? Para magpalamig muna. Pero,
Yes.
pero apart from that, you've mentioned it over and over again, yung hydration, yung kailangan magdala ng tubig. I feel that in terms of hydration, some people would suggest that, may tamang paraan para mag-hydrate. Hindi pwede mga sweet drinks or sugary drinks or things of that nature. Pero when you recommend people to stay hydrated, what is the best way to hydrate yourself, especially during extreme heat scenarios?
Siyempre yung hydration po, crucial, no? Because yung dehydration, no, it can cause our blood to be more concentrated, no? Kaya mas tumataas yung BP, mas na-strain yung heart natin, no? So yung mga hypertensive patients, no, should aim for at least 8 to 10 glasses of water, no? Or even more kung talagang mainit, no? Pero kung may mga conditions like merong heart disease or kidney problems, no? So doon namin ini-individualize kung ano yung bagay sa pasyente, no? So ano naman sa mga drinks, no, siyempre avoid yung mga sugary drinks, yung mga soft drinks, yung may mga excessive na caffeine, no?
Mhm.
Yung mga coffee, ganyan, kasi mas nagwo-worsen pa yung dehydration. So siyempre pag nagpapawis tayo, yung mga electrolytes natin, so nawawala din yan during these events, no? So mas maganda yung may mga konting electrolytes yung mga
Okay.
drinks na
So,
gagamitin
iklaro,
natin pang-hydrate.
iklaro lang natin, Doc, kasi minsan yung mga ibang tao, kapag mainit, tara, mag-ice coffee muna tayo. Not the best way to stay hydrated, just to be clear.
Yes po.
Oo.
Yes po, kasi diuretic yung kape po eh. So mas lalo kang iihi.
Okay. Pero, pero Doc, yung, we mentioned also yung high temperatures also affecting, well, we also say that it affects yung hydration natin, like what we need to do, we have to be better at hydrating. Pero for those already under medication, especially sa mga hypertensive patients, do doctors have to consider yung high heat situations right now when it comes to treating patients with hypertension, considering there's so many more environmental factors that feels like we have to take account for?
Yes po, yung mga hypertensive patients, lalo na they are on medication, so mas maganda na ma-check pa rin sila, no? Kasi minsan ina-adjust din namin yung mga medications kasi yung iba kasi naka-diuretic eh. So may mga pampaihi sila yung mga heart failure patients. So mas maganda pa rin na ma-check natin sila, no, sa clinic para ma-advisean kung ano yung maganda para sa kanila.
Doc, as a medical professional, when we take a look at yung awareness of hypertension, especially when it comes in relation to yung extreme heat scenarios that we have been facing recently, ayan hydrating right now, galing.
Ay, opo.
But Doc, what do you feel is the gap of knowledge when it comes to hypertension for the common Filipino? And of course, when it comes to in relation to yung mga environmental factors that can contribute to hypertension?
Yung awareness natin, medyo limited pa rin, no? So, yung may mga Filipinos, no, na hindi pa din masyadong nare-realize na meron silang hypertension, no? Meron na silang, minsan may mga end organ damage na yung iba, hindi lang talaga nakakapagpa-check, no? So, yeah, I think we need stronger campaigns, no? Siguro mga barangay health workers, social media, to emphasize, no, yung yan, lalo na't mainit, no, yung hydration, yung medication adherence, saka na makapagpa-check yung mga kapwa natin Filipino. So it's not just about heat din kasi, no, it's about the heat effects, no, on those people with chronic conditions.
Dr. Glenn Sayat, maraming salamat. Thank you for joining us this morning and reminding us all to stay hydrated. You drinking water kanina was actually perfect visuals for the message that we're trying to send. Maraming salamat, Dr. Glenn.
Maraming salamat po and good morning po ulit.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Now, that's it for Weather HQ.